Hey guys, so today I am going to use my favorite gelatos. So let me get some of these out and see which ones I want to use, and I'll be right back. The first thing I'm going to do is put down some just regular white gesso here on the page. Give it one coat and I'll be right back. Today, you guys, I've decided to do both sides. Same thing on this side. I'll be right back. So I'm going to use pistachio. And we're just going to give this whole bottom some color. Sorry, I'm probably shaking the camera and the whole desk. And we're going to go to the other side. And I got to remember, I do have stuff on the other side too on this paper, so I got to be a little easy. All right, let's see what that will do for us. And I'm just going to use my finger. We're going to play with the fingers today. Smush those out a little bit so they don't look so much like fingerprints. Okay, let's let that dry for a second. I've decided to go over top of it with this iridescent color called Comet. This time, I'm going to try to use my watercolor brush. This is going to give it some texture to the page. Give it some more interest and another darker color down at the bottom. And honestly, I think we can go up just a little bit higher. As well. And then we'll do one more color at the bottom, and I'll show you that here in a second. Then what I'm going to do is add this chocolate color down here around the bottom only, and around a little bit around the sides. I think that's going to look great. Okay. The next color I'm going to use here is this blueberry color, and we're going to start thickly here around the top. Like this. And then the next color I'm going to use is, where's it at? Bosenberry. Right next to it. And then we'll add cotton candy to the rest. Just like this. Okay. And then what I'd like to do for this next part is possibly rub this in with a baby wipe. So I'm going to start with the outer part. I'm not rubbing hard at all. I'm rubbing very lightly, if you're curious. Try to get in that crack there as best as I can. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold that, and now I'm going to try to blend the next two colors here, and then we'll fold it one more time and just do the rest. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry a second here, and then I'll be right back. I went and grabbed one of my stencils, and I think I'm gonna use this lemon color here, and I'm gonna put some on the mat first, and then I don't know if this is gonna work very well, but I'm going to try to use a wipe and rub that on there. First off, let me make sure the stencil's on the right side. Yes, this way. And I'm going to put that like right up in here. So let's see if I can even do that. We'll see. Oh yeah, it's gonna work. Okay. I like that. All right, sweet. Let me be right back. Okay, for the next stencil, I'm gonna use the chocolate again, and this time I'm gonna use red cherry. And I'm gonna use another stencil. And I'm just rubbing that off onto the side like this onto a piece of craft paper here. And then I'm going to use the stencil here. Let's get this into view. And it has little mushrooms down here at the bottom. I'm pretty sure this either came from Hobby Lobby or Michael's. It looks like this. Woodland Icons. I've used it before with trees. Obviously, I didn't clean that. Okay, so let's do I think I'm going to do the brown first. Oops. Okay, that's not working. Let me try that again. I wonder if I could use my finger and rub it in. No, it's like taking it away. I want it to stay. Okay, let me try this a different way. I don't know how well this is gonna work, you guys. We'll see how ugly it looks when I lift it up. It's not too bad. Now for the red, I guess I'm just gonna rub it in just like I did that one. Inside of here. I think I'm going to lift it up this time, and I'm going to let the brown dry up a little bit before I move on to the red. And then I'm just going to take my watercolor brush here, and I'm just going to go around the edge and meet it to the stem. And just kind of blend it in. Next, I want to try this stencil. I'm not so sure how well it's going to work, but let me try it and see. And I think I might have to use a different color here. Yeah. All right, so let's switch it up here, and I'm going to use my Distress Oxide inks and see if I can do those over top of these. I'm not so sure that's going to work, but I'm going to try it right quick and we're going to see. This color is called Peeled Paint. So let's see if I can get it to work. Oop, moved it. I don't know. It's not really showing up with the green, so let's scratch the green. Maybe I should just add some black. Yeah, I think that's about the only thing that's going to really show up is black, so we'll just use black. It'll be in the background, like it's deep in the background. I think that'll be just fine. I think it's going to be fun to do some mark making up in the sky. So let's do that next. We can do that by making like birds. And I think it'd be cool to add some of this blue down here. It's going to change the color. Okay. It's going to look more grassy color, and I want to do that all the way around down here at the bottom. Give it that grass effect. At the top here I did a little bit more mark making here. That's pretty much all I'm going to do, I think. I'm going to color the flowers in this little pink color on this one. Alright, so I did do some doodling on the stems here, and now I'm just taking this darker color and going down one side of the leaves, like that. And I think I'll do the inside of these here, like that. And then I think I'll add a couple darker ones of these down here to kind of blend this all in here. I think over on this side I'm going to do this with the sculpting medium. I think it's going to look really cute. Let's see, where did I put that little piece? Well, I think I'm just going to use this for now. I think a thicker one would probably work a little better. Yeah. I had a feeling that was going to do that, but that's okay. I still think it looks very good. I'm going to leave that as is. And I think I'm just going to use some of the white up here at the top and just spread it around haphazardly. And I think down at the bottom, I'd like to add white splatters with what I have left of the sculpting medium. We'll see if that's going to work. Let me move this over. Let's get this nice and juicy with some water. And I know I got my paintbrushes here. Alright, I think that's going to be good, and then I'm going to put this on my catch-all book. You guys know that book. This page was already open, so we'll just go ahead and smear this on however it goes on. Get all that off my brush, and I'm gonna just pour this on here and smooth mush it on down and we'll go clean off the rest. I took the marker here and I'm going to do a little bit of watercoloring there. I feel like that needs to be darker. I think I want to add some black splatters too down here. So let me get some black. Okay, so I created these through Canva app. You just go on there. If you have Canva Pro, you can select whatever you want. I put these all together from different creators, and now I'm going to use them in my journal today as collaging. And we're going to start, I'm going to use this one. I think I'm going to cut out a butterfly and possibly some of these ladybugs, and I'll be right back. These pieces that I'm cutting out, I'm going to go around the edge here with my black marker. And on the rocks down here, I'm going to do green and then black around the sides. But there's really no need for you to watch me do that one. Okay, you guys, I wanted to show you that we're going to use this drawing today that I have made in my book here. Yeah, you guys, this is just something that I just doodle in and play in. I have all kinds of different stuff in here. I was showing my husband how I did faces. He was curious how I did that. And after this, this one will be coming up next on my channel. So you'll have to come back and see her. But today we're going to do this one. And you can print yours out after you draw it. That's what I like to do, so I don't have to use my original drawing. And I think I might use this one here, or maybe this one. Let's go with this one down here at the bottom. And we're just going to do a quick trim around here. And I will be right back after I cut her out. Now I'm just going to glue everything down, and I'm going to use my glue stick because it's going to be so much easier. That way I don't smear everything that I used on my page, because I used a lot of stuff that's will smear if I get it wet. So I think a glue stick's going to be the easiest thing to do to glue down all these bits here. And again, these are rocks with like moss on them. We'll go ahead and do the, I almost said the bee. We'll do the ladybug here next, once I get my glue stick going. Alright. Got too much out of this one. See if I can scrape some of that off there. Well, this glue stick's about had it. I'll say we'll put this pretty girl right here. Try to use some of that glue that's already on there. Waste not, want not, right? Because I'm pretty sure this glue stick is at its end. Alright. Perfect. And then we'll go ahead and put the girl on there too. I'm going to grab a different glue stick now because this one's done for. And then we'll do some doodling, a little bit more doodling to tie everything together. And I'll be right back for that. Okay guys, I'm going to put some clear gesso on her. And then I'll be back to kind of complete this spread. Okay guys, sorry, I thought I hit record, but I didn't. So I'm just going to kind of go over what I did. I went around the bottom here with the brown and then the red and then the brown, and then I just went around it with watercolor. Here I went over the flowers with white pen. I used this pen, this Uniball pen. Excuse me, I'm just getting over being sick, so excuse me. I did this on the butterfly like I did here. I did the same thing, but I did it with black. Sharpie, I did the little antenna thingies. Around both of the rocks I did like I did here. I also added some white, like, I don't know, whatever. And I did some like I did with the green there. Here I used my regular old, oh, where'd it go, guys? I just had it. It's a pen, just a regular, oh, here it is. Just this regular old pen. Click it, INC pen, click pen. And I just made some flowers, and then I took my Tombow marker here and I just colored it in. And then I take my watercolor brush and then I just kind of made it like a watercolor effect. And on this one, I think I might do this pink here. I really liked the pink here with this red. Actually, not the pink. I'm going to use this other pink, this darker pink. And this is how we're going to do it. That one looks a little different. I'm not sure this is the same color. We'll see. I might have to look through here again and see. Maybe it was this purple that I used. But yeah, let's do these two colors together, I suppose. And then I'll show you kind of like the watercolor effect. Excuse me, my throat is kind of dry. And then my brush is just wet. I'm not adding any water or nothing like that. It's just my brush being wet. Like this. And then let me try to squeeze some of this out. Make sure there's nothing in my brush. I'll let that dry and I'll be right back. Alright, while those are drying, I'm taking my pen and I'm just doing a wacky, I guess, kind of border. I already did the bottom here. Now we'll just go up and do the top. I think let's move on over here to her on this side. I'm going to switch my pens over here. Kind of scoot her over just a little bit. what do I want to do? I think I brought this back over here just so I can see what I had on her, and I think I'm going to put this back in. And then down here, it looks like I gave her some type of wings. And again, we'll go with the scribble kind of look. And we'll probably fix that inside of there. And maybe do some more watercoloring over here. I did put some clear gesso over just in case I wanted to color her any type of way. So let's just see what we can do right away with some watercoloring. So I like to add the water first and then come back and kind of go around it to kind of smooth out that edge. Like so. And then let that dry. Okay, so I have these little rub-ons that I'm going to use. And I think, hopefully, actually, hold on. Let's do the bottom one first. I'm not sure if this is going to work very well, so. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And these are like weird rub-ons too. They're not like, I don't know. I do like how it pops, though. It does have a pop. It's not, I guess you would say, dull looking, like we're used to, I guess. Alright, and then I think what we can do is go over top of that with a little bit of clear gesso. So that stays. And it might bring down a little bit of that shine. I think I put too much gesso there, but and I don't want stuff to start smearing, if you know what I mean. Okay, I think I'm going to add this last element here. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of highlights on, well, maybe if I can get this, there we go. I hope this is not too thick. But I just wanted to do one little bee. I keep wanting to say bee. Ladybug. And I'm going to take my white and we're going to do a little bit of highlights here on these circles, just on the bigger ones. And we're going to do some little eyes and a little mouth. I think that's cute. You guys, I really liked this purple color. I think I want to do her shirt in this purple color.